All right, guys, we're gonna do one a little different here. It might help a lot of people. I have this issue. Yep, I got a Dodge Ram Cummins. I've got no heat. Done a bunch of Jeeps and stuff like that, the heater cores. What they do is they plug up with calcium in the bottom, and we're gonna try a little trick here and see if it works. If it works, it's great. It's gonna be awesome for a lot of people in the same situation as me, because I'm in the Northeast and it gets really cold here, and it sucks not having any heat because it gets real cold in the truck, and then the window frosts over and you can't see. So let me get this thing parked and over by where my hose is, and I'll show you everything we're going to use and what we're going to do here to flush the heater core out, and what we're going to use on it. So let me get this thing moved. It's going to be kind of a long process, but we'll skip ahead and show you step by step what we're doing. All right, we got the truck moved. So this is what we're going to need. We're going to need a couple 5-gallon buckets, some old hose or a new hose, a transfer pump, some clamps, these little T's to go in the heater core line. So we're not going to be teeing them theoretically. So I normally just use a barb to barb. They didn't have any and I couldn't find mine, but that's all right. So we're going to take these little caps, put them on the one side here, and then we can actually screw the hose in nice and tight, which is nice. And then for the transfer pump, that obviously screws in on the other side. So now we need to get up in here. I gotta move some of this junk, and we've got one heater hose right here and one heater hose right there. That one's kind of a pain to get to. It's got a quick disconnect as well on it, but some 90 degrees needle nose pliers. So this is the one we're gonna want to hook to and push back through the heater core. Actually, we're gonna do it both ways at some point. So I gotta get this thing all set up. I'll show you how we've got our stuff hooked up together and stuff here, and then we'll start flushing this. Well, we're gonna flush it with some water and the regular hose, and then we're gonna get the CRL pumped through the system, and then we're gonna let it sit for a couple hours actually, because what I found cutting some of these Jeep heater cores apart is they're full of calcium. So we're gonna let it dissolve, and then we're gonna flush, and same deal over and over here. So let me get to it. All right, first things first is we gotta get all the antifreeze out. Easiest way to do that is with a hose. Get the hoses hooked up to the heater hose there. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna turn this on. Not full blast, just enough to push it through, or else we're gonna end up with a nightmare on our other end filling our bucket here, because you can't just dump your antifreeze on the ground. It's kind of frowned upon. This hose sucks. I might have to turn it up more. You get any friggin' kinks in these things and they don't want to work. So now we got stuff coming through. As you can see, there's already shit coming out of the heater core, and that's just pushing a little bit of water through it. You see the floaties already. So we want to do this until we start getting straight water, and then a little bit more. So we're gonna let this run a little bit and back flush some of that crap out of here. So let me do this for a little bit, and then we'll show you where we're at. So yeah, that'll kind of give you an idea how plugged up we are, because my hose is on full blast right now, and see, we're barely coming out. So yeah, let's see if this is gonna work, because we are definitely clogged. So we got this thing going. Had to do a little fandangling because I couldn't find a pump that plugged in, so I got a drill pump. I got it on low right now. Heaven forbid you could get a hose that goes straight, so I had to fandangle and heat gun this hose a little bit. So right now it's pumping. Well, maybe you can see some crap has been coming out of this thing. So I'm just gonna let it run until the battery dies on that. So it should be a good hour, at least an hour. Then we'll let it sit for like an hour, and then we're gonna flush it out with water again, and then see what we got here. It's kind of a short video. Well, it will be because we're cutting it in and out. But I mean, the other thing was, is like I said, we just ran T's on these onto the heater hose. Nothing crazy. So we're just let it flow, let it do its thing. The CRLs, I think it's new shit. It's probably not as good as it used to be, so we'll see how good it works, I guess. All right, guys, I let this sit for an hour and then I started pumping it around. So this is what's come out already. I already dumped some of this out once. I just flushed it back around, pumped it back around. You can see we got all kinds of floaties there. But besides that crap in the heater core, you see I'm gonna swipe my hand across this bucket. This is the shit that plugs them more than anything. See how it's like a gel, whatever. The CRL actually dissolves that because I believe it's calcium, because I've left it out to dry. I've cut the heater cores open. That's what I was talking about. And I mean, it's got orange in it because usually the coolant's orange, stuff like that. But so after it dries, it just turns into powder and you just blow it away, just like whoof, and it's gone. And now I got it on the side of my car. But the CRL seems to be getting that out along with all this other crap. Like I said, I let it sit for almost an hour in there. This is pretty bad in my truck. I mean, I get heat on the passenger side. I get absolutely nothing on the driver's side because everything, all the settlement sits in the bottom of this heater core. You can see there's a lot of shit in there. And like I said, I started going between the two buckets and started getting more and more out, and I washed some out with the water, and you can see there's shit floating in this now too. See if I've got any paste around this one. This is a fresh bucket. I mean, it's obviously in the CRL. I don't know why you can see that. So it is dissolving it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to try and strain this out and then let it sit another hour because my shit's real bad. And then just keep pumping it through. So let me go get a strainer and see if I can get a lot of this crap out of here. All right, so you saw that crap in there. This pump actually works backwards, I just found out. So now we got some straight water. I put the CRL back in the jug and filtered it because we're gonna run it again probably. So now let's see what type of shit we get in reverse out of this thing without me trying to spray myself, because like I said, you can't get a straight hose. Well, we'll see if it'll prime now. Probably won't. I might have to, oh, there it goes. Look at all the shit coming out already. Chunks, giant chunks. Yeah, so this is gonna be cool. So yeah, we're gonna do this a couple more times. I mean, obviously it's working, it's getting shit out of it. So yeah, you can see big black chunk of something. Yeah, once this clears up, I'll get a good picture of it. But let me pump this around for a little bit. I'm gonna probably suck it in and out of this thing like 3 or 4 times, see how much shit we get out. We have company. So now we're gonna turn the hose on and see how much shit more we get out of this fucking thing. Excuse my French again. So we had very little flow the first time we turned this on. We're full blast. And we're gonna be filling a bucket. We're getting a little bit, we're just gonna let it go. I need to find my other bucket. So I'll be right back and we're gonna just keep flushing this out with water. All right, guys, it's getting dark fast because it gets dark here super early now. But now we're on the home stretch. You can't just do it one way. That's the other big thing here. So now we're gonna back flush it the other way. Yay, until we get no crap out. We've got no crap coming out the other way. So hopefully this is it. And then we can get this thing back together and see if it works, and we'll get the infrared out and find out if it's gonna work. So there's water on, and we are back flushing, and hopefully it's going in the bucket, not all over the place. So we're getting a little bit of shit, so we're gonna be back flushing it for a little bit. We're gonna be back flushing it for a lot of bit because we're getting a lot of shit. So let me do this for a little while, and then till we get it clear, and then we'll get it hooked back up. All right, guys, so we've been running straight water through it for a while now, just to make sure everything's out. Our bucket is looking clean. So we're gonna shut this thing off. We're gonna put this stuff back together, and then we're gonna let this thing warm up. Worst case, I'm probably gonna have to flush the whole coolant system on this. I mean, if that was full of that much crap, the whole coolant system probably is, and it's probably gonna plug back up on me. But we're gonna see if this works. If it works, then we know we're on to the right stretch, because I really don't want 2 days in taking the windshield out of this thing to change the heater core. So let me get to it. Let me get this all hooked back up. My bucket's full. I gotta shut the water off. All right, guys, we're gonna go for a little heat now. We got the infrared. It's a diesel, so it's gonna take forever to get up to temp. We're at 107, so I'm gonna go downtown, drive around, and then come back up, and we're gonna check this out. So hopefully we're all good. All right, guys, we're in the truck. I'm gonna say this 100% worked. It is painfully hot in here, and I'm loving it. It is definitely worked well. So just to show you, so I get this out, 164 degrees on that vent, 160 on that. So now the passenger side, where I've always had heat, 160. Let's see what the floor looks like. It's 108 degrees on my floor over there. 108 on my driver's side floor. Let's see the heat in the back. It's in the 80s. So obviously it worked really good. Not gonna complain whatsoever. If I did, pretty freaking dumb. But no, I'm in here sweating right now. I haven't done that in 3 years. So hopefully this helps a lot of people out. Really didn't take much. I mean, 30 bucks for the CLR, stuff like that. 9-10 bucks for that pump, and then like 10 bucks for the hose, a couple 5-gallon pails, whatever. Only thing is like I said, it was a long process. I mean, I was pretty much out here all day. Let the CLR sit in the heater core for a couple hours, flush it again, run the CRL again, flush it. But in the other instance too, my heater core was like plugged. I did get a ton of stuff out of it. So there it is. I hope some of you guys, it helps a lot of you out, or whoever and whatnot. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.